Hey everyone, welcome to the Roto Grinders Morning Grind Podcast. I'm your host, Stevie TPFL. It's November. It's the 11th of November. It's 2016, and we have 8 basketball games to talk about here tonight. It's an interesting slate. While we're recording the pod, we're missing some Vegas lines on some of these games, so a little bit limited information here as far as Vegas goes, but still a lot of information to go over, a lot of games to break down. Love this 8-game slate on a Friday night, and it's Friday, so it's the normal guest here. Siege, how you doing, my friend?
Tilted, man, tilted.
Yeah, you're like smashing your keyboard over there.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't put my mic back in its normal spot. Hold on.
I'm so tilted that I'm smashing my keyboard.
It wasn't intentional. It's just like I need to get a longer cord to get the mic away from my computer because these mics are so good; they capture everything.
Yes, they're capturing your tilt. I love it.
Oh man, I played 50% Justin Tucker, and 9 is not like anything to be too upset about. But man, that could have been 18, 16. Just oh well. I normally don't get tilted about kickers, but I got talked onto them late, and it was just a perfect spot. But oh well.
Happens, man. It happens. That's the beauty of it. We get a main slate on Sunday, and for those who didn't listen to the Thursday podcast yesterday, make sure you guys listen to the whole thing so you guys can figure out how to get involved in the listeners versus Team MG challenge for this week. We only have one guest so far, so there's still 2 spots open for that. So make sure you guys are checking out the Thursday football podcast for this. Also, if you guys haven't checked out our sponsor, rosters.com, check them out, give them a look. Use promo code Grinders. They have a ton of football stuff up, ton of basketball stuff up. We're going to give out roster value plays here at the end of the pod after we get done with game-by-game breakdowns. So make sure you guys are tuning in for that. And like I said, if you haven't checked them out, use promo code Grinders. That way you guys get incentives here at Roto Grinders. So
we're going to give a hint, too, by the way. We're going to give a hint at the end of the pod, so you better stay all the way through the end of the pod. Because some of these candy guesses were terrible.
Terrible, as Charles Barkley said. Terrible. All right, let's get into it. We have a first game here on the 8-game slate. We have Toronto at Charlotte. The injury news that we're looking at here. Terrence Ross is questionable. Valanciunas is questionable. I expect Valanciunas to play. Roy Hibbert is probable, and Jeremy Lamb still out for the Charlotte Hornets. Let's start with the Toronto side. What stands out to you here for Toronto?
I will not roster DeMar DeRozan. Sam, I am. I will not roster DeMar DeRozan. I am. I mean, Terrence Ross, people are going to try to find ways to get DeMar DeRozan in, and I'm so far on the hole on DeMar DeRozan at this point. I'm just going to wait until the day I can get back.
I'm with you. This is not a Gary Sanchez case. I'm not jumping on DeRozan like I did with Sanchez late in baseball. I'm not doing it. I've said it the whole time. Now he's up to 9,000 on FanDuel. It's the easiest fade ever.
That price is so like.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, FanDuel.
Just please keep jacking that price all the way up, and people can just keep on rostering. Like, actually, you know what? You can just keep it at 9K because the ownership will just go up. 9K is perfect because the bust is coming.
He's the highest priced shooting guard on DraftKings too at 8,200.
I think we've made our point at this point.
Any interest in anybody else from Toronto here? Kyle Lowry, Kimba defense.
It's interesting, but there's so many point guards that I love tonight. I can't imagine using him outside of maybe of a script if I get the chance to do that. Although my schedule's kind of busy, so probably not.
The Toronto side it's a tough side to figure out. If Valanciunas is back and we hear that he's going to play his normal amount of minutes here, like it was a bruised knee. So I think that he'll be back here. You never know. If he's back, I don't mind him as a center play here in the spot. Roy Hibbert is nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looking at the Charlotte side of things, I don't know. This game just seems really weird for me. Like, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is a guy that I used a lot this year, but like he's dealing with a back injury, and they say he's probable, but he did not look good the other night.
I'm not playing anybody with a back injury.
Not in the NBA.
Nope. I can't even think of a sport I would play a guy with a back injury.
Oh, hockey. Come on. Those guys.
Yeah, it's one more hit to the back though. Just oh no, just back injuries are just universal. No.
Any interest in Kemba Walker here?
And there's too many point guards that I'm just in love with for me to just roster him. Like maybe a sprinkle, but I just the point guards on this slate are just too deep for me to do that.
Yeah, I don't really love anything here. To be honest, it would. God, if we knew Hibbert's minutes coming back here, he's probable coming back. Like he's 3,600 on FanDuel, and like
He's
played.
what?
He's 3,600.
Oh, you have to play him.
That's my like.
You have to play him.
He played 32 minutes in the game before he got hurt against Miami.
And Toronto plays big.
Yeah.
You have to play him. I mean, even if he's on
25 minutes.
I was going to say 20.
Well, there's another center that's cheap too that we're going to talk about in the next.
Yeah, but I doubt he's that cheap.
He's 5,200.
Yeah, that's a big difference from 3,600. That's like double that's like 50% more.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Like,
right, you have to play Roy Hibbert if there's even a hint that he could play 25 minutes, you got to roll him out in tournaments.
And you got to think like this is a 7:00 game, so we'll have the news.
Yeah, I mean, there's some interest. There's a couple interesting centers at the top, but it's not exactly like it's stacked position tonight.
Yeah, I agree. Marvin Williams, the guy that I play from time to time. I don't mind him. You have to think, like you were just saying.
I guess I don't really. I guess I do kind of like him, but he's been shooting the ball so bad. This is a spot I would target Marvin Williams, but man, he is just.
Oh, he shot the ball really good last game against Utah. That's why I say that.
Yeah, I just haven't seen the upside yet, though. Like the minutes, if he's not going to get above 30 minutes, he's never going to crack 30. Even if he shoots the ball well.
Wouldn't it be more of a play on DK where you get the 3-point bonus?
Yeah, what's his price? Is he like 52? DK's pricing has been so tight this year. 48. Yeah, I'd much rather play him at 48 on DK.
All right, that's where we'll go with Marvin Williams. Let's move on. We have Indy heading to Philadelphia. This game does have a line. It's 213. Indy's only favored by 4.5 here. Rodney Stuckey still out in this game. I think the line is just because this game's in Philly, right?
It's also because the Pacers can't stop anybody.
All right,
this is the game stack of the day.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what guy I was going to start recommending guys, and I'm going to name guys that I don't think are in play that are in the rotation.
Paul George. I'm not paying up for Paul George.
But he's still in play.
He's in play, sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there is literally not one starter or a guy that plays over 25 minutes in this game that's out of play. There's not one.
Paul George had 28 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists.
Wait, didn't these teams just play?
Yes. They just played in Indy.
And it was that game went to overtime. It was 122 to 115.
Yeah.
And that was without Embiid. Okay, so you play everyone in this game other than Miles Turner. He's out of play.
Yeah, I love Teague in this game.
Yep.
He just had a big game the other night in this matchup.
Yep, and DraftKings wisely just jacked up the price, but I'm still on board. FanDuel did not jack up the price, and he is a lock.
Yeah, 6,300, great price on there. CJ Miles is a guy that I continue to play for value as long as Stuckey's out. I think it was you that said as long as Stuckey's out, we can continue to play CJ Miles.
Yep, he's getting the minutes and he's shooting the ball well. He's actually doing decent in the peripherals too. I've been really actually kind of impressed with his peripherals this year. And again, it's Philly. It's the perfect team to get peripherals against.
Yeah, and he's a guy that can definitely knock down some threes and get you pumped.
I got another play in this game that I want to just emphasize. Sir Covington. We've been waiting all year for him to heat up. He heated up in this matchup last game. 4,700 on FanDuel. Great combination at small forward. Double punt it. 2 guys playing against each other that can't play a lick of defense.
I like the call. We'll stay with the Philly side here. What's your thoughts here on Embiid?
You play him?
Yeah.
At what minute? I think on DraftKings I'm fading at 6K. You can't do it. Like he's the same price as like Steven Adams against the Clippers and all those rebounds. Mason Plumlee having to be on the floor against Boogie. Cantor in that same matchup with rebounds against the Clippers. Amir Johnson against a big Knicks team. I can't do it. And then and Hibbert's free on DraftKings too. So it's just like I just can't.
Yeah, he could easily go for 40 though.
But 40 on DraftKings is like still it's only 6.5x. Like that's a great score, but it's not like oh my god, I had to have him to win.
I don't disagree with that.
It's like if he goes for 40 on FanDuel, it's like, well, GG, I'm drawing dead.
Yeah.
At 5K. At 6K, it's like, all right, I'm in trouble, but there's ways to get there, right? It's not you're just completely drawing dead situation.
I think this is not a statement that I thought I was going to say today.
It all depends on Roy Hibbert.
It all depends on Roy Hibbert. Like, because the cap is so tough on DK today that if Hibbert plays, he's going to open up so much for your roster. And
I really am kind of hoping now that we don't get any kind of report. I'm kind of hoping we get he's going to play. We'll see about the minutes as he goes. That's the report I want. I'm evil like that because I'm just going to fire away. Because you're right, Stevie. Like, there's no value on this slate. And he just opens the whole world up.
Yeah, he opens up so much.
There's another guy that we should mention too that just destroyed this matchup, and it's a little different this time because Embiid's back, but Al Jefferson crushed.
Your model loved him in your package in that matchup, just so you know.
It did love him. I had more than 0 shares.
Yeah.
He was a good play that day. It even told me too he was going to get to 20 minutes, and I was staring at this. I was like, that can't be right, and I played a lot of Miles Turner. And I hedged with some, but sure enough, like they're not playing Miles Turner over 30-something minutes a game. So Al Jefferson's getting 20, and if he's going to get 20 in this spot, I have to at least consider it.
All right, let's move on. We have Utah heading to Orlando. I guess the line's not out here because they're waiting to see if George Hill's going to play. He's questionable in this game. I don't think it makes too much of a difference. This game is really, really a stay-away game for me.
So did the Magic end up starting Biyombo last game? I saw reports of that, and I just was like, I'm just staying away from that game. But did they actually end up starting him or no? He played 26 minutes.
I don't think so.
Let me look at the box score. Let's find out.
I know that him and Vooch shared a lot of minutes together, so they
played Vooch at the 4 finally. Yeah, it took them long enough.
Yeah, he had his best game of the season.
Yeah, the first day I didn't play him. Because it's just. Ugh.
Yeah, but we can fade him again in this matchup and jump back on next time.
Yeah.
We're not playing him against Utah bigs. Like, if there's anybody you're playing in this game, it's Favors.
Against Vooch the other way.
And the minutes are up. The minutes are way up.
Yeah. The question is just, I don't want to play him as a mecha chop option. If I can get him even a little bit of an ownership discount, I'm in.
I think
if he's going to be like 30%, I don't want to deal with it.
I think he's going to be super chalky on this.
Yeah, then I'm probably going to pass.
Like, he's 62 on DraftKings. He's 59 on FanDuel. He played 35 minutes against Charlotte the other night. The minutes are there. Like, he's healthy finally.
Yeah. What's the next game on your list? It's Cleveland, Washington, right?
Yep.
So I think I'm going to go around the Markeith death wheel one more time.
What's your thoughts on Rodney Hood?
No. But that's the one, Jazz. There's just I don't think there's literally any news that could get me on him in this spot.
Man, he's been putting up so many shots.
No. It's just no. I'm just not touching it. There's just no way.
Yeah. Any interest in Gordon Hayward?
Not really.
The issue that I have is, can the Magic keep it close? You're paying up for Hayward when you could pay up for this next guy in this next game if you're going to pay up at small forward.
And we already talked about some value options at small forward.
Yes, and so let's talk about this game. We have Cleveland at Washington. I don't know if they did it today or if they're doing it during the day tomorrow, but Cleveland visiting the White House narrative.
They did it today.
Oh, there you go.
So today being Thursday for all of you guys listening.
Visit the White House. And man, this is gonna be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, Bradley Beal, I doubt plays in this game.
Yeah, he's the questionable, dealing with a hamstring injury. Very questionable at this point.
Yeah, I would be stunned if he played in this game. So
Another 7 o'clock game though, so we'll get news.
we should get news at least. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm going back on the Markieff Morris death train one more time. We know Kevin Love can't defend, and if LeBron James can't stop Otto Porter, then I quit. I'm serious. Like, I'm just done.
I liked Porter last game. I do not like him.
I don't know how. You said that, and I'm just sitting there. It's like, unless you had some secret memo that Jaylen Brown was getting benched 5 minutes into the game, like.
No, I liked the fact that Bradley was going to guard Beal and Porter was going to have some open looks.
I can't. Oh, God, it's a bad logic.
It works.
Yeah, because freaking Jaylen Brown got benched and Beal got hurt.
I had a good night, so I'll take it.
I was overweight on Otto Porter, but it was a pure accident. Pure accident. It was just like, oh, I've got 15% Otto Porter. Great. Down to 50% of my laps. What? Otto Porter is 6%? Markieff Morris, though, everyone's jumping off, and I'm just going to one more time, this is the spot. Like,
and he's not going to kill you because of price. He's so cheap still on FanDuel.
It's just I got to go back one more time. Like, the minute he just played no minutes, his rotation got weird, and I'm just going to write it off. I'm going to play him one more time against Kevin Love. He's actually been better on the road than at home this year, too. Like, significant gap. So maybe he just hates that gym. I don't know. But I'm going to roll him out one more time.
Anybody else from Washington that you like here? John Wall against Kyrie?
Yeah, of course.
And I think then on the flip side of that, Kyrie against John Wall. Kyrie is just – he's –
by the way, we should note that John Wall might not play.
Why is that?
He might get suspended.
Well, he's supposed to sit out one of the back-to-backs here.
So he might get suspended because, like, that was a flagrant. He got a flagrant 2. Isn't that like? Can't you get suspended for that?
Maybe.
Pretty sure he drew. It was just a pretty bad cheap shot too, and it was right after he just got ejected the game before. And I haven't seen any news, but we should be. I guess. All right, let's just assume he's going to play. If he's going to play, that's fine. If he's out, you're playing Tomas Satoransky.
If he's out, I'm playing Otto Porter. If Beal and Wall are out, I'm playing Otto Porter. He's going to shoot the ball 20 times.
No, the game actually just turned into a fade. You're going to get run out of the building, Stevie.
Maybe
Otto Porter on LeBron.
Well, then maybe then I play some Marcus Thornton in some tournaments.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just. Like
Marcus Thornton, if Bradley Beal's out, he's 3,800 on FanDuel at a shooting guard position that we just hate.
Yeah, shot the ball well against the Celtics. And if we think Otto Porter's going to have a tough matchup, I don't mind that.
All right, well, that's why we talked this out. You guys get to hear like us like breaking this down, talking it out, trying to get feelings and thoughts out. Looking at the Cleveland side, it would be interesting because like John Wall expected to miss a game anyway because of a back-to-back. Like, wouldn't they just appeal a suspension tonight and then just accept the suspension after the game if Beal's going to miss tonight?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Like, if he's going to sit out anyway, like if that's the case, if the suspension actually happens or whatever, but I don't know. Either way, I think Wall plays. I think Beal sits.
That's probably the right idea. I didn't realize they were on the back-to-back, so yeah. But on the Cleveland side, you know who I think is really sneaky? My boy J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith. Okay.
Drawing Marcus Thornton defense if Beal's out.
Even if he draws Bradley Beal defense, that's not much of an upgrade.
So chucking the ball, playing 30-plus minutes. Kind of doing okay in the peripherals, hasn't shot the ball well. If he gets you a 15-point game with those peripherals, you're kind of looking at 26, 27 DK points for 4,200. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, just playing 30 minutes at 4,200 on this slate is going to be good.
Yeah, that's what and it's not exactly like shooting guard is all that loaded down here. So,
what's Thornton's price on DraftKings?
Same price.
Oh man, I'm gonna have some interest.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh man, my night is going to depend on Roy Hibbert and Marcus Thornton.
And J.R. Smith. This is gonna be fun.
I'm going to unreg.
I'm so glad this is a Friday slate.
I don't mind paying up for LeBron on this slate. Like, if you're making it work, I don't hate him here.
I'm not paying the DraftKings price, that's for sure.
Yeah, I haven't looked, but
10-2? Nope.
No. In what world does LeBron go for 70?
No. Yeah, it's just this is the most obvious balanced slate of the year, other than one superstar who I think is maybe in play. But this is a clear balanced slate.
LeBron on FanDuel 9,900. It's a lot easier to work him in over there.
The shooting guards, the small forwards are actually kind of sneaky good.
Yeah.
They're kind of just all sneaky good. Like, we just haven't gotten to them yet, but there's a couple just interesting options as we move on in these later games.
All right, let's move on then. We have New York at Boston. No line in this game. We know Al Horford has already been ruled out. Jay Crowder's already been ruled out for this game. Oh, that makes it a lot more interesting. We'll start with the New York side. Anything stand out to you here?
Carmelo. We just saw what Otto Porter did to the Celtics from the three.
Yes. And he's just so cheap still on FanDuel.
7,700. I think the price is fair. I think it's a good price for him, but I think he's firmly in play. He'll be somewhat of a chalky option. I understand that, but it's not like he's a lot to make value at that salary. But I just think it's a really good play.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm definitely going to be playing Carmelo over on FanDuel. I like this spot for him. I love paying down on DraftKings at small forward, but he's the one guy that I'm looking at pretty much. And then the Zingad has been playing a lot better lately. 3 back-to-back good games.
Tough matchup against Amir Johnson. Be careful here.
Tough matchup. I agree, but I still think that he could hit value here.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be super chalky. Like, I think this is the guy who's chalk over favors.
I hope so. God, I hope that's the case.
I really think so. I think people are going to box score hunt Porzingis.
Well, then I'll definitely be playing more favors.
Right, which is what I would do too.
Any interest in Derrick Rose?
Point guard's too deep. I just can't do it. Like, we haven't gotten to a lot of the good point guards, but I promise they're coming.
They are coming. There's a guy.
One's actually on the other side of this game that I like.
Yeah, there's a guy that I love coming up. Courtney Lee's been playing a ton of minutes. Any interest?
Not against the Avery Bradley defense.
That is a good point. So I'm guessing you like Isaiah Thomas here?
No. Marcus Smart. Although I don't hate Isaiah Thomas. Like, I think he's perfectly fine tournament option. The price is getting a little high. But Marcus Smart at 4,900. If Jaylen Brown's not getting those minutes, and it kind of looked like Brad Stevens kind of just got fed up with him, it looks like it's going to be Marcus Smart. He played 36 minutes against the Wizards in what was really kind of a blowout most of the game. I think you're going to see 34, 35 minutes from Smart moving forward. He's 4,900. You know, is he a little scoring dependent? Maybe. But he can still get you rebounds, assists, and that kind of minutes on the floor. He's a good defensive player. So I think he's going to be one of my favorite point guard options on the entire slate tomorrow.
All right. That's interesting. Avery Bradley, I think he's firmly in play. This guy, like, he's been good this year.
I remember last year for the playoffs, I was like, oh, people were like, oh, the Celtics, like, you thought the Celtics were going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Ha. It's like, we lost our best player. We lost Avery Bradley in game 1 when we were up 4 with 2 minutes to go in Atlanta. Like, he's that good. This isn't a surprise. He's good. He was always good, and he still is good.
Yes.
And the rebound numbers are for real, too. Like, the Washington rebound game was actually, like, kind of a fluke. And spot against the Knicks, you know, when Noah's not on the floor, they don't rebound the ball all that well.
And Noah is not going to play more than, you know, his normal amount of 21 to 22 minutes.
Both these teams have huge incentive to slide this game down, let Porzingis play the 5, and for the Celtics, let Amir Johnson play the 5. Like, both teams really have incentives to downsize here, and I actually need to go look and see how many minutes this guy played, because I think I might actually recommend him.
Looking at the Boston side of things, the first guy that...
All right, good. He played no minutes. Thank God.
What's your thoughts on Kelly Olynyk? He came back and played 26 minutes in that game against Washington.
Yeah, a lot of it was blowout time. How did he do? Did he shoot the ball well against Jason Smith?
No.
No.
But
he took a lot of shots? Yeah, he took a lot of shots.
He's min salary.
The problem is who. Okay, so let's talk about the positives and negatives of Kelly Olynyk here. Okay, let's say that he can play 20 to 25 minutes. Let's just say that. Like 26, this game was kind of out of hand most of the way. If the Celtics decide not to go small and they play Kelly Olynyk, first of all, Porzingis would foul out Kelly Olynyk in 5 minutes. So we're just going to assume the Celtics are playing big if he's on the floor. Who on the Knicks is going to attempt to cover him? That's the positive in Kelly Olynyk, because you target Kelly Olynyk against teams that don't have centers that can move outside the paint. And the Knicks, between Hernan-Gomez and I gotta go look up his name just so I don't mess up his first name. His last name's unpronounceable, but let me find him. Is he even in the player pool? Mindaugas Kuzminskas. That's completely awful. But they've been using him at 5. Like, there's just not one big guy that they can freaking play that can cover out there. So that's the upside of Kelly Olynyk. The downside of Kelly Olynyk is he could just not get on the floor if the game downsizes. So have fun making that decision in tournaments.
I'll make that decision. I'll have some exposure on DraftKings and FanDuel. Like, he's 3,300 on FanDuel. He's a power forward, so you can play him in that forward spot.
He's not a power forward on FanDuel.
On DraftKings.
Oh, I hate that. I wish he was center eligible, actually.
Yeah, and then on men's salary, I feel like there's a good spot to pay down at center tonight.
Yeah, that's why I thought I was going to get him at center on DraftKings, and I was like, oh, well, that's kind of interesting. But power forward, I have less interest because there's actually, well, I guess there's really not that many good power forwards on this slate.
Yeah, but you could play him at that forward spot too.
Yeah, but I was really hoping to use the center spot. Like, how many centers we talked about today? One.
Roy Hibbert and Embiid.
Roy Hibbert and Embiid. We've got a couple more coming, but like, that's really kind of it. Imagine we could play Kelly Olynyk at center. It'd be glorious.
Oh, man.
We're going to get Kelly Olynyk at 0.5% on Stevie. God, I hope you have no Friday night plans because you're going to be investing in alcohol very quickly, one way or another.
I'll be in a hotel room traveling this weekend and writing NASCAR content, so there's going to be beer involved anyway, my friend.
Perfect. Yeah, that's the perfect time to play Kelly Olynyk. Don't play him on like a Tuesday night where you have to get up early in the morning.
Well, I have to get up early the next morning because of it.
You know what I meant.
Oh. Anyway, Clippers, Oklahoma City, 204 total in this game. Clippers favored by 5. We'll start with the Clippers side. Give me a reason not to play Chris Paul tonight.
Did you check out his historical numbers?
No.
I don't know. Are they good? I was just pulling it up.
No, I haven't checked.
All right, well, let's find out.
I just know how Chris Paul plays against other stars.
Chris Paul.
He put up 48 against them earlier this year. He almost had a triple-double.
Chris Paul, DK points by game versus Oklahoma City. I should have done since it's not going to give me all data points, right? Yeah, Chris Paul's been in the league way too long. Since 2014. Oh, my. You want me to read off these DK points in his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These are his DK points in his last 11. 55, 43, 47.5, 46.8, 46, 52, 55.5, 59.8, 50, 52, 54. Have fun fading that if you want.
I told you to give me a reason not to play him.
Well, I give you a reason to click the lock button. How about that?
Like, I already love Chris Paul, and you just made it even more real.
That for those of you going home, the low score was 42, and that was 7 out of 11 over 50. What's his price on DraftKings?
89, I think.
So that's like basically 6x value from a star. Yeah, sign me up.
Yep.
Now let's look up. Let's just for fun look up the other side. Russell. Let's see. Russell Westbrook. In terms of power forwards on this game, I think I do have some interest in Blake Griffin as I look this up, but I don't think I can roster DeAndre Jordan here. What do you think?
No, I'm not a big fan of Jordan in this game. Do not mind Blake because you were kind of saying that there's not a lot of like stud power forwards on this slate. So looking at a guy like Blake, he's a guy that has unlimited upside in matchups.
All right, so the last 5 against Chris Paul. This is Westbrook. 56, 51, 75, 61, 51. I think he's permanently in play as well if you wanted to stack this up and just watch the points rise.
He's just so expensive. He's 11-3.
But it's opportunity cost, right? Like, other than Chris Paul, what star have we talked about on this slate?
There's one more later. One more.
Oh, don't tell me you're on the boogeyman.
One more later.
Oh, I hope not, because we're gonna get in a real fight if you're on the boogeyman.
There's one more later.
I know. I'm just saying. Like, I'm previewing. I'm giving the listeners something to look forward to as we move on.
There's a
Sabonis, by the way, it's the world's best play. I should mention that too.
Who?
Domantas Sabonis for the Clippers. I'm sorry, for the Thunder. This kid's for real. Ever since they traded Ilya Silva, he's been playing big minutes. Westbrook trusts him, and this is a good spot. Blake Griffin doesn't like getting out to the perimeter, and Sabonis basically just stands in the corner. But he can also rebound on the other side. Foul trouble might be a concern, but he's done pretty okay this year against other good bigs, so I'm not too concerned.
He's kind of taken Cantor out of play for me.
As he should. Like they traded Ibaka for this kid. Cantor's getting no minutes. Sabonis is just taking his minutes. And rightfully so, I might add. Like, he's been good.
Oh, Victor Oladipo on FanDuel is a thing for me. I waited. He got down to 5,500. I'm playing.
You're not playing him on DraftKings at 54?
Oh, I didn't know he was that cheap.
Oh, man.
He's finally at the price point where he's not going to kill you on a bad game.
Tell that the first time he played the Clippers this year. Whew.
Yeah. 33 minutes, 16 points?
Not even. It was like 11. I'm
still going to play him here.
He had 17 DK points on 9 real-life points. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm not saying no, but I'm probably going to have less exposure than you.
Yeah. I think he's an option here. And then I know you want to talk about Steven Adams.
Yeah, it just comes down to the number of rebounds that he's going to get in this spot. They're basically free. He's just going to get so many rebounds because the Clippers just abandoned ship on rebounds.
Yeah, could lead to an easy double-double for him.
Yeah, definitely more of a DK play than a FanDuel play. The bonus, I feel like, is a super key aspect there.
He's only 5,300 on FanDuel, though.
Well, he's back in play in FanDuel, too.
Yeah, so I think we're just getting to the point where it's a good day to pay down in center.
I'm glad you're saying that because I don't want you to talk about the boogeyman. All right, let's go. Detroit, San Antonio. This game's going to be really fast.
195, 8.5 total. Tony Parker, questionable. Anybody like from either side here?
Kawhi Leonard.
Okay.
Maybe not this game, but last game against Houston, he just went toe for toe with James Harden. They didn't quite pull it off because they played really bad in that first quarter. But Kawhi went for 34 real life points. With that kind of upside, he's always in GPP consideration moving forward. And he's only 8,900 on FanDuel. Like, I think you have to strongly consider playing him. It's not like Marcus Morris or Tobias Harris or Stanley Johnson's going to stop him. That's for sure.
The one guy that I like from Detroit here is Drummond. We've talked about so many value centers. I don't like any big centers paying up today, but Pau Gasol is not stopping Andre Drummond.
Nope. This is no. I'm not touching Andre Drummond here. You can have that.
Why? Like, they've been awful against centers this year. Paul Gasol is not a
Drummond has like no 60-point ability in this matchup, or 50 FanDuel point. You can't get there. I'm not playing a guy who costs 8K that can never get me 50 FanDuel points.
Yeah, but if every other center gets 30 and he gets 50, you're way
I don't think
ahead.
he can get to 50. I don't think he ever gets to 50. I think he gets like 45, 47.
Yeah, and if all the value duds, then you're sitting good in a tournament with him and playing some small pool.
That's a big if.
Yeah, but in tournaments, you're going to have to take chances.
I'd much rather take chances on those value guys and pay up for Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, but if you take some of these small forward shooting guard values that we've talked about, you'll be able to play Drummond and Chris Paul and Westbrook.
Maybe I can just play DeMar DeRozan. That was a joke, guys. A joke.
Not
or
playing.
Someone take me seriously.
Not playing KCP in this game.
All right, the KCP whisper has said no. Just put
Yeah,
that on
I was
the list.
really on the fence against Phoenix. Really on the fence.
Yeah. What about Danny Green?
What about him?
4,500.
It would matter more if Tony Parker plays, in my opinion.
Oh, is he might coming back? I assumed he was out again. Parker comes back, but no, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, he's not doubtful. He's questionable. So
yeah.
He's supposed to play either Friday or Saturday against Houston. So
he's going to rest Friday, play Saturday. That's really easy.
Yeah. So, hey, back-to-back for Spurs. We don't do a podcast on the weekends. Be careful on Saturday.
How about you be careful on Friday, too?
Yeah.
Oh, all by right. The way, if Powell sits, I love Drummond. Can I just get that out there just in case that happens?
Maybe I had inside info.
You never know.
I'm joking, obviously. I hope people know that. Sacramento at Portland, 211 total here, 6.5. Portland favored in this game. Aminu out already announced. The stud that I like in this game is Damian Lillard. I
assume so.
Yeah. They got mashed in the last game. Like, they got mashed so hard by the Clippers. Lillard comes out and has a big game in this game.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, I just don't see in a way that he's not going to have a big game here. I expect him to play a bunch of minutes. I expect this game to stay close. Vegas expects Portland to win. Anytime that I can get a total over 210 where Portland's favored, I'm going to play Lillard.
Yeah, hopefully Boogie keeps it going. I don't want to lose my 3-man on draft to Dan. And I mean, I should be a lock. I had Jabari's 53, but Dragic got hurt. So I don't – come on, Boogie. Get me there, buddy. I know I just spent the last 10 minutes trashing you. Just get there. You're my boy. And we don't play you in 3 and 4 situations on back-to-backs. I don't care how good the matchup is. He's going to be uber chalk.
Well, before we get there, let's stay on the Portland side. CJ McCollum, any interest?
Yeah, he's hot, and it's shooting guards against the Kings. What else do you need to know?
What about Harkless? I expect him to play big minutes here. I don't think you can look at the Clippers game at all.
What's the...
Just another small forward value play, in my opinion.
I don't really want to play him against Rudy Gay. If he told me he was playing the... No, don't play Mo Harkless. Don't do that.
If Rudy Gay was 5 years ago.
I love Rudy Gay in this spot. But we'll talk about
that. Looking at the Sacramento side, do you have any interest in Mason Plumlee, another value center? Well, why?
Because Boogie in 3 and 4 is never the same, and Plumlee can own him. This happened last year too, when Boogie was super hot. There was in 3 and 4 in Portland, and I've been trying to find it. Let me look really quickly here. Let's see if I can find the game, because I remember this happened last year, and the whole world was on Boogie in the 3 and 4, and I was completely off. It was one of my better nights of the year. Let's see if I can find it, because I'll see the box. Yeah, here it is. I can see the points. So it happened in January. He put up 28 DK points in 32 minutes. There's no way. Boogie, when he's not rested, is just a play you can never go to.
Yeah, but they played in January. Which game was it?
It was the January 26, 2016 game where he went for 28.
Yeah, but in January on the 5th, they played 3 and 4, and it was a back-to-back against Dallas, and he had 35 actual points with 12 assists.
I'm just saying, I'm not playing Boogie 3 and 4 against Portland. No way. Have fun with that.
Fair enough.
As your 50% owned center.
Oh, if he's gonna be, he's gonna be super chalk.
There's no stars in this slate, Stevie.
I feel like this is a good night to pay up at point guard. And when you guys that have incentives here at Roto-Grinders see the expert survey tomorrow, that's what mine's going to say.
Well, I'm actually starting to type mine up, and it already says right now, point guard, pay up.
Yep. So little insight into incentives for tomorrow. Is that it from this game? You have any interest? You said Rudy Gay that you have low interest there.
Sure. I like him a lot. No, just kidding. I don't think this is a good spot for Evan Turner, Mo Harkless, Alan Crabb, who they've been playing a lot of minutes here. I think this is a spot where Portland's going to try to downsize, and they're going to try to force Harkless, Turner, McCollum, and Lillard on the floor at the same time. And I just think Rudy Gay just has such a matchup advantage when he can play the 4. He's going to be one of my favorite tournament options on the board tomorrow.
Anybody else here for value?
Anyone else here for value? If you think I'm wrong, you can play Allen Crabbe.
No, I'll pass.
I mean, I would too, but you just asked, is there anybody else? What do you want from me?
I think we need to see Collison's minutes get up before we can play him, and I don't think we're going to play him on a back-to-back.
I would agree with that assessment.
Could even look at Ty Lawson as a value point guard if you want to save some money.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to do it here. Let's move on to some rosters.com value plays for today. Do you have yours ready?
I do.
All right, let's see if we don't ever talk about this pre-show, so we might have some overlapping picks today.
I would highly doubt it, but I could be wrong. Go ahead.
Today I got Joel Embiid at 8,800.
Okay, I guess we do agree on that one.
Yeah, that's just too cheap, right?
Yeah.
CJ Miles 7,500.
Nope, not my guy there.
Not your guy. Well, that's good. We don't have to have value overlap here. I'll look it up. And the last one at 7,600, Roy Hibbert. We've talked about him the whole time. This is all depending on if there's any news about minutes, but I like Hibbert at 7,600 at a center position on rosters.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so my guys, going back to the beginning, Sergio Rodriguez. I know he struggled a little bit with Embiid on the floor, but this game's just going to be so pace up. I have interest. Marcus Smart, 7,200. And Sir Covington at 9,700. I'm going to have a lot of Sir Covington tonight. I think his shot looked really good in that last game, and I know CJ Miles can't play defense.
All right, that's going to do it for the rosters.com value plays. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
We should create a basketball game.
We will. It's definitely something that we need to put in the works.
All righty. So we have to give our listeners a hint on candies, too. We at that point?
Oh, go for it.
All right, guys. Stop guessing nut candies, will you? Those kill me. I'm deadly allergic, so that's not an answer. So don't pick those chocolate nutty candies because you're not going to win a spot to play us.
Yeah, Reese's not an answer for the 15 people that have guessed Reese's.
I couldn't believe Reese's is so popular. Ugh. I'm really just disappointed in all of you listeners. You're better than that. You really are.
Yeah, Reese's might kill you, but they're still good. I might have to stick a pen in your leg for you to try one, but
no, we're not going there.
I would do it for you.
There's no way that any piece of candy is worth death. That's not true. I would probably do it for Skittles, which was the only one that was guessed so far.
Yeah, that was your fave.
Skittles, definitely number one on the big board, guys. Come on.
Yeah, a sugary candy is a really sugary candy that's colorful is another one for you guys.
Yeah, there you go. Let's get that's a good hint.
That's a good
Keep
hint.
on going. Like if you guys don't use the hashtag RGMG.
There's 2 spots left, so make sure you guys get into that. If you guys haven't checked out the daily marketplace over at Roto Grinders yet, this is a good time to check it out. Like I said, I was messing around on Siege's tournament tactics package the other day. He loved Al Jefferson, and I ended up with him in a couple lineups, and kudos to the Siege package. It went off, and not a guy that I was playing at all. So make sure you guys check out the Siege tournament package over there in the daily marketplace. You get a DK model, a FanDuel model, tournament rankings for both sides, premium chat. So make sure you guys
show tomorrow, 4:30 Eastern.
Boom! Look at that, 4:30 Eastern show tomorrow. So make sure you guys are checking that out. If you like NASCAR or just like money, let's be real for a second. If you just like money, this weekend is one of the easiest races of the year to project. So come get money with me in the Stevie NASCAR package. It's going to happen this weekend, and we're going to make money. That's all
you guys cannot, and I'll just keep making the money with Stevie. You guys wonder why I'm always in a good mood Sunday when I do these pods with Stevie. It's just because I look at my NASCAR money.
Yeah, we can talk NASCAR money, but I'll put a challenge out there. I'll play anybody in a head-to-head NASCAR, and I'll win. It'd have to be let's get a 7-game series going for some serious money in NASCAR. That's where we need to make some money, Siege.
Oh man, I don't think anyone's gonna take you on, friend.
All right. Well, if you guys didn't check out the Thursday podcast, the football podcast, make sure you guys are checking that out. Like I said, check out the Daily Marketplace. Like we mentioned on the pod yesterday, if you guys want premium here at Roto Grinders for football for the rest of the year, it's half price for the rest of the year. So make sure you guys are checking that out. That's going to do it here for the Friday edition of the Morning Grind podcast. We'll be back on Monday. Good luck in your contest this weekend and tonight, and we'll see you then.